Sweet is one of the most annoying GTA characters, and for a good reason. Let's be honest, most people don't like Sweet, sometimes me included. They say he's bossy and controlling, but in this video, we'll try to justify his actions and try to defend them. Hopefully it goes smoothly. Let's get into the video. Keep in mind, I'll be covering most of the players, criticism, and we can go from there. And of course, there'll be some spoilers for the game GTA San Andreas. Be aware. Constant attacks on CJ. Yeah, Sweet constantly goes to criticize CJ in any way possible.
Nigga, what the fuck is this bullshit?
And we could see that CJ did more than enough for the Grove, even more than Sweet himself. Sweet had no right to attack CJ in any way, because it's his life to control, not Sweet's. Looking at it from Sweet's perspective is actually because that the hood is where he was born and found his life in, and he had his family and close friends in there. So he treats the Grove as his real family, or part of it that doesn't need to go away. So when CJ left to Liberty City, Sweet felt betrayed, probably why he was so harsh on CJ and took a little time to really respect him fully. Sweet's way with CJ is always tough love, as he sees CJ leaving the gang, meaning he'll leave his brother and sister. And this tough love way is also seen with Kendall. He used the tough love with Kendall because he was worried for his sister from Cesar Villalpando. And he sent CJ to look after her because he probably knows his way with Kendall better than Sweet. So let's put it on his love to the gang that it's equal and part of his love for his own family, preferring the gang over the real family. Let's be real, the first time Sweet saw CJ at the funeral, it wasn't like, hey bro, I really missed you. It was an instant attack and Sweet was blaming CJ for running away.
I can't believe she gone, man.
That's another funeral you ran away from, fool. Just like Brian's.
Hey, she was my mama too.
Not for the past 5 years she wasn't, nigga.
It was as said before, it's tough love, as he felt betrayed that CJ left him. As a brother who was extremely angry from CJ leaving him when he needed him, that would at least give a reason why he was hostile towards CJ at the start of the game. And it's not really justified, but you can put it on tough love, old-fashioned thinking, and stubbornness. When you went to take Sweet from the precinct, CJ wanted to share his success with his brother. When Sweet turned hostile again and attacked CJ and told him that his hood is what he wants to see, he seemed to dislike CJ's progression, which is a red flag to be fair. But he actually disliked CJ for getting the Grove. As we said before, it's his family in a way. So he was blindly loyal to the Grove. His gang is like his mother, brother, and sister. So he needed to see these things first and solve the problems of his family.
Look, the world's bigger than this hood.
This is where our lives begin and where it's probably gonna end. And don't forget where you came from, Mr. Uppity ass nigga.
Now that ain't fair.
Leadership. Sweet's decisions are the ones that made the Grove become weak. Smoke wanted to use a money-making opportunity, which Sweet didn't accept because it contradicts the Grove's principles, which led to the Grove losing power on the streets and the ballers get stronger.
Hey, fool, we losing the streets, man.
Nah, we just standing by our principles, homie.
But our principles are making us bitches, man. Everyday ballers get stronger, and you and I get weaker. You and I get poorer, man.
Man, that shit'll blow over.
Oh,
It always
whatever,
does.
And probably made Smoke turn on the Grove and orchestrate a drive-by on Sweet that mistakenly killed Beverly instead, Sweet's mother. Thinking about it, Sweet didn't sell the Grove's principles for money. As we said again, this shown his loyalty to the Grove, and by his terms, it's his loyalty to his family. Also, when CJ came back, he managed to get the Grove back on its feet. While Sweet gets all of the compliments, because he was the leader. CJ gets praised by Sweet more often. He actually does that when he saw his hard work for the gang. And normally we can tie the success to the leader due to his leadership, but still, Sweet praised CJ many times in front of Smoke, Ryder, and the Grove.
Say, CJ, you gonna crash the car again?
Fuck you, Ryder.
Ryder, give CJ a break, man. He's practically turned the Grove around by himself.
Absence throughout the game. In the next chapter of CJ's story, Sweet got arrested and in a prison hospital. Most of the game, he wasn't in there. And when he came back, he criticized CJ for not looking after the hood and looking for other opportunities. This felt like Sweet is really annoying and deleting everything CJ has ever done for the Grove. Well, when Sweet was arrested, we never really built a big relationship with him and understood his motives fully. The game wrote him off in the vital part of the game. So us, the players, we felt like he pushes us around and being hostile to us for no real reason at all. When we got back, he saw CJ caring for other things other than his family. That's why he turned hostile. And deleting everything CJ has ever done is really the worst move Sweet could do, but probably his way is always tough love with his brother, and sometimes it worked with CJ.
What you done for our hood?
Man, what the hood done for me? Always dragging me down. Ever since I got out the hood, shit been cracking. That's everybody's dream to get out the hood.
Man, you sound just like Smoke right now.
Alright, man. You hard. I'ma show you what's going on in the hood.
Acting like the protagonist, we see the real protagonist, CJ, do what he can to ensure a good life for him and his family, which is a selfless act. And the protagonist that only cares for his gang, which, as we discussed before, that the gang and his family are the same thing. Through some cutscenes, we see him bragging about what he did for his family.
Man, when you gonna give me a break?
When you stop acting like you the man. You keep yapping on what you done did, let me tell you what I done did. When Kendall needed shoes, I went out and got the money. When Mom's needed an operation, I robbed people for the bread.
Actually, Sweet didn't delete CJ's work. He was just being harsh on his brother to see some sense in his own unique way. Most of his actions are justified by simply saying that the Grove and his family are the same thing. That's his mindset. Yeah, it's wrong, but that doesn't make him a bad character. He just sees things from other perspectives. Constant problems with CJ, the protagonist. Instant intuition as a player. We see someone hostile towards us, we hate him, and Sweet is no exception. We rarely find that bonding brother love between the two. It's mostly problems. But probably that's the way the story progresses between the brothers, and that made the ending better. What do you think? Do you agree or not? Let me know in the comments. And yeah, I turned to GTA content, but come on, I'm a Rockstar fanatic or fanboy, so I might make a few videos about Red Dead Redemption, GTA, Max Payne, anything related to Rockstar. I can make a video on it. So let me know what you want in the comments, and thank you guys, and goodbye.